Sundays are for receipts. Let's go behind the scenes of this hate campaign so I can show you guys what happened. TikTok, this is for commentary, research purposes only. This is for bullying awareness purposes only. Buckle up.
Which on May 9th, she told me to gather up the besties and go with 80s Baby and make
it. But could you do a group chat, please? Like, could you add us all in a group chat? Go on Instagram with the besties that you and 80s Baby actually.
A group was created by Julia and her besties. One of those besties has come forward to provide these following receipts of what happened behind the scenes in that group. In these group chats, Julia begins to provide snippets of my live recordings that are manipulated to fit a certain narrative, and they began to post these fake accounts, which you can see here, with these exact clips that Julia has manufactured. This is one of the accounts. Here's another one that is actually still up, and as you can see, it got quite a bit of views. This account targeted me, my mods, and my children. These accounts began to confuse my own followers because they would make the handles exactly like mine to confuse my followers into following them, and then they would end up just viewing this content that was just set out to cancel Annie. And again, as you can see here, these clips were originally created by Julia and sent to this group. Julia then enlists her followers to begin infiltrating local PV groups of where I live in Mexico to start posting the following content. This content on these local Facebook pages was worded in a way to put an X on my back by naming my full name, where I was going to host my lives, that I was making a certain amount of US dollars, that I was a criminal, that I was dangerous, and that I was deported from the States. If you look at that tag there, they began tagging the CARTEL that is in charge of the area where I live to bring me to their attention to potentially have me picked up or taxed by this organized group of crime. For those of you that don't understand what that does, theft and scamming are pretty much one of the most looked down upon crimes in Mexico, and that is something that the CARTEL does intervene for, does pick up people for, does tax people for. And keep in mind that I am a mother of 5 children, and everywhere I go, I have those 5 children. So when they did that, that put an X on me and my children. And it did have me contemplating putting my kids back on a plane to the States because I was afraid for her safety. September 18th at 1:30 a.m., I shared that I was a victim of domestic violence at the hands of the father of my children. At 5:30 a.m., Julia sent those posts to her group of besties with the following comments. She begins insinuating that I should have more bruising and that I must be lying about what happened to me, and to insinuate that I must have done it to myself because I'm not crazy. That's not even a third of what was done. You can catch the full receipts on my YouTube channel.